lost all of my love and my sanity. Vanity told me I'm too hard to handle. Dismantle any opposition, quit playing with me. Brothers hella lame, how they get their name? Israelites lacking integrity. Politics made it to Israel, but it's not spiritual. Why can't I let them get next to me? Chef in the kitchen, he cooking. These niggas trying to steal a recipe. Look at my weaponry, that is my specialty. Lion of Zion, a Judah full pedigree. Repping my legacy. If I got a body rappers, then Mac, he gon' be the accessory. Judah the gang, and I'm repping it heavily. Vocals the same, but I got a new melody. I'm from the bottom of Rebel to Grepper Street. Haters, they hate me, to really be repping me. Yeah, they really be repping me. I went to war for some brothers who never had love and they heart or respect for me. Gates told me go where they celebrated, they don't just tolerate your gifts. Christ told me shake the dust off your feet and take your peace with you when you dip. Made it out of a city where plenty crashed. We never had nothing, we needed cash. Feds gave us Aguilera, we didn't know better. We turned it to Lenny Crab. Should've got y'all running from my past, but the Lord made a way when he threw the flag. Beat the case, but I blew the bag. Did it bare face, we don't do the mask. Now Protestant, Jesuit, Lutheran, now we don't do the mass. I just be watching they movement and how they maneuvering, slithering through the grass. Who gon' pity for the snake charm? Put them in the bag, shake the snake on them. It's never about who your haters, it's always about how much money you making on them. Put your riches in the most high, that's the best flip for the best price. Cash in with your house shy, I'ma die once, I'ma live twice. Balls mean, but my flow nice. Rep 12, not the pole lights. Chef, he the light of the world, I'm trying to keep all of my babies from pole light.
You die once, but you live twice. Please don't get left, you'll have no rights. Me and Chef steam like bowl rice. This be getting 8 like 4 twice. I European, get your soul right. They don't hear me though, like no mic. How they supposed to know, like no advice? Children of the light, like no night.
Got me feeling like Ricky Bobby up in Talladega. I'm on the road, feel like I'm on fire. Holding it down till I see the Messiah. Dripping in gold, you see the attire. Dripping in gold, you see the attire. I say it twice for those I inspire. Make it a third for all of the liars.
Please do not treat this like entertainment, man, I pray you don't. This a cry for your soul. Renew your thinking and rearrange it, man, I pray you do. Cause the kingdom's the goal. They really tricking for little payments, making money moves, but you losing your soul. How y'all be thinking, be aggravating? I'm not spelling that like I'm losing my nose. We gotta represent, children is watching. We see with the ruach, the spirit is watching. Me and Chef at the back, we did the way that we flipping this heat, man, it feel like hibachi. Killing these demons with pain is my doctrine. I'm bobbing and weaving, it feel like I'm boxing. I want the kingdom of heaven, the mysteries that are spoken of in 2 Colossians.
Yeah. Die once, live twice. Yeah.
Shalom, 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 family. Welcome to the Scorn Black Man podcast. I'm your host, Zadok Israel. I have my co-host in here, Fire Talk Radio, aka Brother Don Yehuda, and we're here to bring y'all another great, wonderful show. This is the Scorn Black Man podcast. Before we get into the show, y'all do us a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. So today's show, without further ado, but man, before I get into today's show, how you doing, brother Don Yehuda, Fire Talk Radio podcast?
Hey, all praises to the Creator. I want to say what's up to the family out there, to the brethren and sisters, you kings and queens. Happy Sabbath, shalom. I'm doing great today, huh?
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. That's wonderful, man. The title of today's show is So Long to K Judah show, COCFOPE, man. Y'all go hit that subscribe button over there along with Fire Talk Radio. Good content. Shout out to Dread for Cosmon out there and Sister Mika. Everybody tuning in right now. But today's show, episode 35, why America chooses gay black men over straight black men. Something's fishy. And we'd like to thank y'all. We just hit 1 year about 2 weeks ago. And we just hit over 1,000 subscribers last Friday. We're almost at 1,100. We're pumping. Hopefully we'll be at 2,000 in the next 2 months. And hopefully we get these views up on this thing. We want y'all support. This is the Scoring Black Man podcast series. It was all about attacking serious issues within the black and urban communities. not just across America, but across the world as well. But today's show, once again, episode 35, why America chooses gay black men over straight black men. Something's fishy.
Something just not right.
Something is fishy, man. But I want to play a little video, little 2-minute video before we really get into this thing, man. But man, y'all hit that subscribe button to the Scoring Black Man podcast. Y'all hit the subscribe button to Fire Talk Radio. And Fire Talk Radio, man, give us any kind of shameless plug real quick.
Yeah, y'all already know what to do. Go over to my channel, Fire Talk Radio Podcast, like, share, and most definitely subscribe to the channel. Also, our Ark, who's not able to be with us today due to some misfortune, go over to Let's Talk Knowledge and Wisdom with the brother Sadak, like, share, and definitely subscribe to his channel. And you already know what to do because you're here with us right now, whether you're here in spirit or you're going to be here later. Subscribe to the Scoring Black Man podcast.
Lil Nas X makes out with his backup dancer.
We're here. We're queer. Get used to it.
The singer took the stage at the 2021 BET Awards on Sunday night for a steamy rendition of his hit song Montero, Call Me By Your Name.
Call me by your name. Tell me you love me, It's Pride Month. Happy Pride Month.
Lil Nas X took on the role of a pharaoh in an Egyptian-themed performance that paid direct homage to Michael Jackson's Remember the Time music video.
On the phone, you and me. Till dawn, till 3. What about us, girl?
Accompanied by a set of all-male dancers, the singer took his throne before ending the performance with a passionate kiss. E.T. spoke with Lil Nas X on the red carpet ahead of the show, and he did not mince words about what he had prepared.
Performance, I can't give you much, but it's going to be the best one.
The chart-topping hit was released back in March, causing a mix of praise and controversy for its music video in which he gives the devil a lap dance.
All the pushback that came back with Montero and the shoes and all that, were you like, what's going on, y'all? Just relax.
I thought it was way more than I would have believed that it would be. I mean, but that's life. We got to push it forward. We got to keep going.
And there you have it. Boy, I can smell the doo-doo. I can smell the doo-doo just coming through the damn, just oozing through the tube. Man, I can really smell the doo-doo, man. Good God Almighty, man. Yeah, Brother K. Judah, man. It's real sickening, man. This is sickening, man. Definitely got to be the last generation, man. This shit is gonna burn, baby, burn, baby, burn. Once again, today's show, episode 35. Why America chooses gay black men over straight black men. Something's fishy and stinky. Mm-hmm. Oh my Lord, baby. Smell like baby poop. I can smell baby poop through the screen.
Hey, did you hear how the crowd erupted when they saw that? Like, you have all of these entertainers and you have people in the crowd that was complaining about, the messaging, but nobody walked out. You didn't see nobody pan out of the crowd and denounce it. You didn't see nobody in a post interview saying, that's wickedness, or why are they showing that to, our families, to our children? Nobody did that. So, silence is acceptance, as they say.
But this was so funny, Yehuda, we can say that we are homosexual. I mean, I'm a homosexual. I'm a woman. I'm a transformer. I'm a dog. I'm a whale. You know, I'm a damn car. You know, whatever. But I can't say that I'm a Hebrew Israelite of the Bible. When I say that right there, you know, I'm the damn devil that the Bible speaks of when I say that.
Right.
I can do all this profane shit that goes against nature, goes against then any religious or we're gonna say religious because I said about any religious book, any book of faith, whether it be the Bible, the Quran, hell, the Owaspy, the any book, you know, any more encompass this besides these Greeks and Romans.
Mm-hmm.
And they're so open. I mean, they force this down certain countries through their colonialism. Like I always say, it's three things that you got that America gonna make every country accept. You got to accept Christianity, white Jesus, all that come along with that. You got to accept the medications and vaccinations, and you got to accept the LGBTQ. You got to accept it, man.
Right.
If not, they're going to start war with you. This is an indoctrination. And so when you see, you have to know something is off, something is wrong morally. When you see a nation of people that accepts homosexuality and all type of bestiality, homosexuality, pedophilia, Balenciaga, they promote these things, but they can't promote the straight black man. And the straight black man better not say that he's a Hebrew Israelite that the Bible speaks of neither.
Right.
The straight black man, he's portrayed as a scary figure. This is why they always made our forefathers and foremothers, you know, buck smile like Shannon Sharp, give you that old buck smile from ear to ear, show you every teeth they got, right? To make them feel comfortable, because the black man has so much masculinity genetically. It's in our veins. It runs deep in our veins. So they will always have us put on what we call the Kool-Aid smile, the watermelon eating nigger smile. You see, we are the most, like, and I don't want to brag about us, but you can Google. See, I always tell you to check the facts. We are the most desirable men on the face of the earth, because everything runs through every nation runs through their nation of men. You know, that's not to put any kind of will discredit the women in any kind of way, but it is what it is. You know, and out of all the ones, we're the most desirable one. This is why we are the ones that they plot on, that crafty counsel, that Psalms 83 that we brought out last week to y'all. If they can destroy it, once you get the men out the household and you destroy the morals or values, the character of a man, that's going to destroy his nation of people.
Right.
When you watch TikTok, they made by a Chinese, you know what I'm saying, by the Chinese, China. But they don't show the same TikTok videos that we got over here. They don't show that nonsense to their people. They showing mathematic, you know, problems, scientific problems, you know what I'm saying, to solve things. They're becoming rocket scientists. They're not trying to become twerk masters.
Exactly.
Rap masters. They're trying to do things to better their community, their nationality of people. Shalom, Professor Lovely Lady. That's a good sister there. Much love to you, sister. But, you know, this is, you know, Brother Duncan Huda, man, it's a shame that the gay black man is the only one it's only two black men they can promote. A gay one and a mulatto. But the mulatto I'm talking about is the mulatto that always have a white father. They're gonna promote them, whether it be a you know, male or female. They're never gonna promote the you know, the straight black male with a black mother and a black father, so to speak, a Negro father, an Israelite, what we will call them, you know, over here, an Israelite mother, Israelite father. They're never going to promote that unless he is gay. Now they'll promote the feminist black woman, the LGBT black woman, because all that runs together. And if you're a black man, you got to be LGBT or you got to be mulatto with a white father, because you're going to be probably got a little LGBT in you anyway, because it's just in your veins. I'm sorry. Shalom to the good brother K. Judah, man. How's your day going today, brother?
Shalom, K. Judah.
Hey, big salute to you, my brother Scorn. Big salute to my brother Fire Talk Radio. Shabbat shalom to y'all. Shabbat shalom to the nation. Giving all praise to the Most High Yah and big brother Yahshua. Man, day is going great. I love the title, and I know it's gonna be a good one. Yeah, but I just wanted to say, let me say this: Gentile men by nature. I don't know all Gentile men, but I'm just going based on history and based on the things we see that they promote. A lot of them by nature are homosexual. Even during the time of slavery, they will watch their woman have relations with black men while they sit there and watch. They do the same thing today, you know, in the pornography business. So Gentile men by nature are weak. That's why they try to match the masculinity of black men. That's why you see them working out, you know, you see them learning martial art. Things we know how to do by nature, they have to learn how to do. So they don't do that because they're trying to protect their family or anything. They do that because they're trying to match our masculinity. That's why they try to destroy what they fear. What do they fear? They fear masculine black men. You ain't gonna never see Tom Brady with a dress on. You ain't gonna never see no athletic movie actor, none of them that's a Gentile putting on no dress, effeminate, to destroy their people. But they do it to us though, because they can't have masculine black men walking around taking care of their families, standing as a soldier. They need weak black men. Because if you got weak black men, they ain't gonna fear no weak black men. They can move around in society as they will. But what do they see right now? A movement of soldiers rising up, a movement of masculine black men rising up, and it's putting fear in Gentiles. That's why they push homosexuality.
You hit it dead on the point. They have to want to feminize and control our voices as well.
Right.
So, you know, they know they can control your voice if you are LGBTQ, because they're going to feed you the money for you to liberate yourself and liberate the people who think in the lifestyle that you are in.
Right.
And so they've been doing this for years. You know, and it's like you say, it's a process that is going on for a long time. It's like Malcolm X said, you have to be crazy to think that your oppressor, to let your oppressor teach you, and think that they're going to teach you the right things for you to override them, for you to be better than them. And one of the things, like you said, that's been a part of their culture. And we're talking about a lot of Gentile nations. When we see in the Bible, we see that in Sodom and Gomorrah, it was the Canaanites. Now, some of us think the Canaanites are melanated. You know what I'm saying? But when we look, most of the Canaanites in the Bible was pale. So you can put your conclusions to that. Now we get into the modern day Sodom and Gomorrah, spiritually Sodom and Gomorrah. You know what I'm saying? Mystery Babylon the Great, the Matrix. This is what's taught over here, but it's pushed to our people, in male and female, because they don't want to produce. They know who we are. They don't, you know what I'm saying? They know, you know, that we've commanded to be fruitful and multiply. You know what I'm saying? With our women, you know what I'm saying? And so I don't want to beat the dead horse right here, man, but we're under attack. We're under attack. You have to be psychologically crazy to think it's okay to accept all of this, but then come at straight black men like we're the problem. I see black women out here that's celebrities or entertainers and stuff that's married, but they still take time to go at black straight men all the time. I see some that have white mothers like Malika Andrews, but raised by the black fathers, her and sister them. But they still want to just go at black men because they date the white boys and they want to go at white men. Brother Daniel Huda, what you think about all that, Brother Daniel Huda?
I agree with everything you brothers have brought out. And like KD has said, you know, culturally speaking, we see in the history that a lot of the Gentile nations practice these things as far as same-sex, homosexuality, pedophilia, bestiality, and so forth. And so in today's society, what it is, they've gotten wise as to how to weaponize their culture upon us to minimize our numbers. And what I'm talking about is a form of eugenics. See, a lot of times we think about abortion, we think about black on black crime, and we think about all of the other things that are more popular, but we don't necessarily always equate homosexuality as a form of eugenics for most people. I mean, most people probably don't even know what eugenics is, but that's another conversation for another day. But they have weaponized homosexuality within the so-called black community in order to keep our numbers down, to keep us from mass multiplying, because, you know, according to the scriptures, anytime that Israel is afflicted, we seem to increase in numbers exponentially. You know, this is why the Most High said we would be as the sand of the sea. So no matter how much, you know, atrocities, death, and destruction you may try to inflict on our people, we don't never die, but we multiply. So out of this book called The Negro Project, right, on page 39, it states, and I quote, euthanasia. Euthanasia comes from the Greek word euthanatos, which means good death. So this is a form of euthanasia. It's a good death because they don't necessarily have to go out in the streets, bust your brain wide open, shoot you dead in front of your family or anything like that. In actuality, what they did is put it on autopilot off of the indoctrination and the miseducation and the programming through the media ways for you to do it yourself. They don't have to lift a finger. So it's a euthanasia. It's a good death for you Negroes, because they know the more of y'all that identify as being part of the LGBT community, that means there's going to be less of you multiplying out here to be against the system. And so it states that it is defined as the act of causing death painlessly to end suffering. Euthanasia has been practiced for centuries all around the world, going back as far as the time of the Roman Empire, Augustus, and was referred to a specific medical procedure by Francis Bacon in the 1600s. So we see that this practice, and it's funny that they tied it all the way back to the Roman Empire. We know that right now, Rome is the empire that hijacked our scriptures. Rome is the empire that instituted the false religion of Christianity. Rome is the empire that went around the world subduing, killing, and colonizing all of the indigenous people and the Israelites to the four corners of the earth. So it's no surprise that this euthanasia term and ideology that they would implement. And I'll go a little bit further before I land this plane. When you read in the book that's under question, once again, Hebrews the Negroes by the author Ron Dalton, our Israelite brother, on page 603, it states that in Henry Kissinger's population control memorandum of 1974, it was suggested to Nixon that the powers to be advocate homosexual relationships in the black community to further decrease the black population in America. So did the memo get put into action? Well, during the gay spread in America in the 1980s, HIV was labeled as a homosexual disease. Homosexuals and IV drug users were commonly infected with HIV. Eugenics supporters strategized that by increasing homosexuality in the Black community, more Black men and women would be infected with the disease, thus killing off more of the Black population. It also would mean that less Black children would be born because of homosexual lifestyle promotes life without children. This is going on today, especially in one of the fastest booming cities for homosexual African Americans, Atlanta, Georgia. It has also hit other major urban cities throughout the United States. So as the brother has recorded through his research, and as we have seen that homosexuality has been weaponized through the powers that be. You know, he said in a memorandum by Henry Kissinger. Now, Henry Kissinger, if you notice, he's a very powerful figure in politics, national and internationally. Just real quick on who Henry Kissinger is, because he's the one that stated that memorandum in '74 that they should advocate for homosexuality. This is why America favors the homosexual Black man over the straight man, because like K. Judah said, and like the brother Zabak said, they fear masculinity, they fear leadership, they fear strength. So in order to cut those numbers down and in order to make us subservient or keep us in a subservient state, they have to implement all of these factors in order for us to be malleable in their hands. So Henry Kissinger, his name is Henry Alfred Kissinger, born Heinz Alfred Kissinger. So you already know he got a different name. So what does that mean? I'm gonna show you. Is a German-born American politician, diplomat, and geopolitical consultant who served as United States Secretary of State and National Security Advisor under the presidential administration of Richard Nixon and Gerald Ford. A Jewish refugee, say that again, brother, a Jewish refugee, who's putting all of these images into the public eye, a Jewish refugee who's promoting death amongst the Black community, a Jewish refugee, and everything that's abominable in the Black community, a Jewish refugee who fled Nazi Germany with his family in 1938. He became National Security Advisor in 1969 and U.S. Secretary of State in 1973. For his actions negotiating a ceasefire in Vietnam, Kissinger received the 1973 Nobel Peace Prize under controversial circumstances, with 2 members of the committee resigning in protest. So when you do the research on this man, this Jewish refugee, he is not looked upon as a hero by many of his constituents. He uses nefarious tactics to implement the goals that he put in place. And one of them, like Brother Ron Dalton noted within the Hebrews and Negro book in the '74 memorandum, that America should advocate for homosexuality.
Man, they spread that thing everywhere. They try to spread it everywhere. And people, I don't understand, like, how can you be so dumb or you just don't give a damn when you see this thing is blatantly pushed upon not just us, but it's pushed upon other nations, because we are spreading in all nations. But it's damn sure all their evilness is always pushed upon us. The indoctrination of Christianity, which is all about homosexual, is all about that. I mean, Christianity and homosexualism, it just go hand in hand, man. Look at all the pastors they have, male and female. They're just a bunch of homosexuals, a bunch of damn pedophiles, the Catholics. I mean, everything evil and abomination has come out of that thing, man. Everything, all evil and all abominations come out of it, you know. But this is crazy. And Henry Kissinger, man, like you say, you know, that's the 13 tribes, man. And so I think they killed that man. You know what I'm saying? Him and his wife, they exiled them out of Israel, and they ended up becoming up missing.
The author of that book, he was killed.
Yeah, he was killed, man. And so, you know, them people didn't like that. It's people, because he was like, hey, you know, if we the real Jews, then we the 13th tribe. And he was exposing all this filth and evilness and abominations and plots and plans that the Zionists is pushing towards today, that we see today. What do you think about that, KJ?
Look, I look at it like this. if you take all of our black brothers and sisters that's living a lifestyle of homosexuality, right? And you put them in their own city. I'm talking about just get them everything they desire. Give them everything. What's going to come forth from that? Nothing but diseases, right?
Correct.
That's what they want. That's what they pushing. They know by nature. They know by nature. We don't really conduct ourselves the way we've been conducting ourselves. Now, don't get me wrong. We always been a stiff-necked people. But what I'm saying today, I guarantee you, man, our forefathers weren't allowing the things we see today. Man, you would have lost your life back in the day participating in this type of abomination and filth.
Right.
But among us today, amongst a lot of us today, when we tell a brother or sister, that's not the lifestyle you want to live according to the Bible. Oh, man, leave him alone, man, and let him live his life, man. What it got to do with you? Why are you worried about it? But the Bible say we should not suffer sin upon our brothers and sisters, meaning that we're supposed to correct them and let them know you're going the wrong way. That's not the way you should want to go. You want to go this way. But people get mad at us for telling our people, according to the Bible, that's against Yah. Now, man, y'all, now, God made me this way. You wrong. I was born like this. You wasn't born like that, man. Satan got your mind, and America got your mind. And I really believe that there's some type of sorcery or witchcraft on our people, y'all. Now, the Most High did put the curses. He put the curses. Don't get me wrong. But I believe that, man, it's some type of strong witchcraft, sorcery. I'm talking about this delusion that our people is in, man. It's like they can't break it.
Hey, you know what it is, KJ? It's called programming through the TV, through the media, and the music.
Right.
That's that strong sorcery you're talking about, because they put it. It's funny that have y'all noticed that, like, for characters and shows and cartoons, things that we all grew up on, that they're making mainstream characters gay now. They're not creating new gay characters and adding them to the show. They're making your favorite character actually gay. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the hypnosis that's going on right now.
Batman, Superman, Robin, and Spider-Man, and the Joker, all of them. There's a bunch of damn flaming homos. It's right. Just flaming, you know.
Who afraid of that? Who afraid of that, Scorn? I say, who afraid of that, Scorn? Nobody not afraid of no homosexual black man, Scorn. They're afraid of that masculine black man, the one raising them children right. They scared of that. That's why all our black leaders are dead. You know why they dead? Because they was masculine black men that had a voice. With that voice, had power and influence, and now they dead. Because America don't fear homosexual black men. They fear masculine black men. And that's why you see this Israelite movement, whether it's brothers or sisters, they're afraid because we are rising up in the right position. We're not docile no more. We're not moving according to the standards of Gentiles. Now we moving according to the standards of the Most High Yah, and we putting fear in these people, and we ain't even doing nothing to them because we are rising up men in masculinity.
They can't control our voice. They can't control our voices no more too. That's the scary part. So when like the brother said Mark Cuban, the owner of the Dallas Mavericks, he said. This is that what he said. I've seen this morning. He said, he was talking about Kyrie. He said, it's one thing if you're walking on a corner and you hear a bunch of guys screaming the same thing that's in that movie that Kyrie promoted or shared on his Twitter. But it's another thing if a guy like Kyrie got to you that thing. And then I heard I seen it on shout out to Maccabees TV, Priest Daniela over there, brother Daniela. He was showing this thing on his live this morning. He was like, think about it. You put all the Israelite, channels together. Our subscribers won't equal out to 1 million. But Kyrie has 17 million followers, Instagram and all that stuff like that. So his voice can go out longer. Stuff like that scares them. We scare them too, but we don't have the numbers like that yet, like the followers. You know what I mean? Right. So they do it once the entertainers get in there, and when they can't control the voice of a masculine black man that's going to speak his mind, that they can't send his mama, his grandma, his aunties, and every weak black man that's in our community to him to calm him down and make him change his mind and make him buck dance for them. You better get that money, boy. You better get that money. I ain't raised you like that. I raised you to love the white man even when they put their foot in your ass. No, we awakening now. We're not in that. It's like K. Judah just said, we're under the curses, but we're under a spell too. These people use sorcery. It's right there in the Bible. They use sorcery. They're warlocks, wizards, and witches. That's why they promoting all that stuff in all these shows and movies now. They promote the hell out of witchcraft. They just ain't showing women, they showing men in this damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, hell, they got our women falling into that shit like hell, but they dropping out the Christianity church. But we need you to drop out and come over here to this truth. Read up this Bible and come to this truth. So we can get some black men in the household, because we having too many, it's too much confusion. So, you know, you have straight, real black men in the household, we'll be able to tell our sons and our daughters. But, you know, the son, hey, son, no. You to be with a woman. You to be fruitful and multiply, son. You know, stay away from that stinky doo-doo hole. Boy, that woman got a split. Boy, that woman got a split, boy. And it's something out of heaven in that thing, boy. That's what you gotta go to. You know, usually hey man, for real, and when I watch certain movies and TV shows, man, you had, and go back and watch certain shows now, man, in movies. Men, when they sons used to see any kind of feminist shit in their sons early, man, they'll go get a hooker for them, man. They'll go get a woman for them, man. And make a woman lay down, grown-ass woman or whoever, like to fix it, man. Please fix my son. Fix it.
Yeah.
They knew that it was a mental disorder. But now it's called free-spirited. You know, you're smart and you're free-spirited. You're thinking out the box. You're a trendsetter. No, you ain't that. Go ahead, brother.
Hey, Scorn. It's funny you said that, man, because you in the spirit that you said whenever a man would notice that his son would demonstrate some effeminate ways, he would try to go about actively to correct that. You know, when kids, you know, when they're young, you know, they try to put on their parents' clothes. So you see your son putting on your wife's clothes or heels, you're correcting that immediately. You know what I'm saying? You're doing the things necessary to show him that, listen, that's not right. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get in trouble for that. We don't accept that. You know what I'm saying? So that way it deters him or even her, if she's doing it, that they would, you know, stray away from that lifestyle. But nowadays, because everybody has this sorcery and this hypnosis on them that, you know, oh, accept them as they are. You know what I'm saying? They don't identify as a young boy. He identifies as a girl. No, hell to that. We're not allowing them to identify with nothing other than what they gendered that the Most High created them to be, which is he's got balls, he's a boy. If he got a vagina, he's a girl. And that's how we going about doing these things. You know what I'm saying? But like he said earlier, they're afraid of men that have a voice, that have influence, that can control the household and the community. Matter of fact, I had a precept for that real quick. Ezekiel 37, verse 1, it said, the hand of Yah was upon me and carried me out in the spirit of Yah and set me down in the midst of the valley, which was full of bones. Those bones of our people. Those bones are the so-called Negroes scattered through the four corners of the earth. They are lost. They cannot be found mentally and spiritually because they can't connect with what's being brought out by the men and women of the Most High Yah. They hear stuff like today and they buck against it. They say, oh, no, like K. Judah said earlier, why are you worried about their lifestyle? Let them live their life. You know what I'm saying? These are the things that's going on within our community. And we try to find ways to try to be accepting of all these things. But that's not what it is according to scripture. That's why we the bones. But I'm going to jump down and show you what's happening in the news and everything that's going on right now, all praises to the Most High Yah. And in verse 10, it says, so I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived, and stood up upon their feet, an exceeding great army. So now we see the masses of our people waking up due to a Kyrie, due to a Ye, a couple years ago, due to a Kendrick Lamar. And a lot of people will buck against these celebrities like, well, these celebrities, you know what I'm saying? They lifestyle, they're not living it. That's irrelevant. The Most High used them because they have the platform to reach the masses with the message. It's not who the messenger is, it's the message. Did you get the message? That's what's important. And verse 11 said, then he said unto me, son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel. Behold, they say our bones are dried and our hope is lost. We are cut off for our parts. So they're identifying the desolation that they've been in, the house of Israel, those bones that's raising up as an exceeding army. So it was in the spirit that K. Judah brought that out. And you also, Hilltop, that, they fear masculinity. They fear us because, like the FBI said, we got to keep an eye out on a black Messiah. We can't allow a black Messiah to be risen amongst the ranks of the Negro.
Already. Yeah.
Come. I'm going to bring out a quick precept as well. The book of Leviticus, the 18th chapter, verse 22. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is abomination. The Most High hates that thing. Y'all talking about y'all love God. You hear your mamas and your grandmas and your daddies and your granddaddies, your cousins, sisters and brothers talking about they love God too, but they accept homosexuality. Hell, some of them are homosexuals. They bring it around you. They accept it. They don't have the love. It's an abomination. Let me get another precept. Let me go stay in the same book of Leviticus. This time I'm going to go to the 20th chapter. We got to beat this in your damn heads. We're going to try to keep it G today. The book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 13. If a man also lie with mankind, as he lies with womankind, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Now, what K. Judah told you earlier, you would have been put to death back in the days. Their blood shall be upon them. It's on your hands. You knew better. People told you, you knew it would go against nature. You know a rod goes into a quiver. The Bible calls it a rod and a quiver. You know a rod fits inside a quiver. These are Lego blocks. You learn how to put stuff together as a baby, as a kid. Shapes and sizes. This fit, this don't fit. See, they give you blocks and Legos and all kind of shit when you're a toddler. And so, even as a toddler can figure out, oh, this goes inside this. These two don't go together. They're the same thing. Let me read that again. The book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 13. If a man also lie with mankind as he lies with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood is upon them. Boy, if they bring that right there back right there, that'll right there, that'll fix a lot of y'all, man. That'll fix a lot.
Sure will.
That'll fix a lot, boy. Y'all straight down so fast when you start seeing, rods cut off and vagina stuffed with cement. When you start seeing some mess like that, I guarantee you it's gonna straighten your fast. I guarantee you it's gonna straighten your fast. But let me get the definition out of the Compact Bible Dictionary, the Zondervan. Y'all don't have one, please go get one of these right here. Compact, probably cost you about $7 to $8. You go on Amazon or whatever, go get you one. Let me get the definition of sodomy, because sodomite is under sodomy. It says male temple, prostitute, unnatural sexual perversions for which Sodom became noted, forbidden by law, according to Deuteronomy, the 23rd chapter, 17th verse. We're going to get there too. I got to put that on in there. Fasten itself into Israel, the first Kings 14:24. And it was practiced in some temples. Second Kings 23rd chapter, the 7th verse. But yes, it is sexual perversion. That means a man sticking his rod in another man's rectum, sticking his rod in another man's mouth. A woman munching on another woman's vagina, her quiver. A woman's putting on a strap on, pretending like she's a man, and rodding a woman out with a synthetic dick. As I like to call it, a synthetic dick. But because that's what it is. It's not real. It's a synthetic dick. It's like a man with a damn blow-up dog. That's not a real woman. It's a synthetic quiver. You know what I'm saying?
It's a ritual. It's a ritual.
Yeah, it's a ritual, man. It's a ritual. But what we're going to do right now, before we get into more scriptures, we're going to play this video. And the good brother Daniel Huda put this together. He's doing some good work over here at the Scoring Black Man podcast. Y'all go subscribe to Fire Talk Radio podcast right now. And also subscribe to the K Judah Show. And as you know, you're already right here at the Scoring Black Man podcast. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, share with family and friends and people like-minded. This is an open platform show today, so any brothers and sisters that want to come on and give your opinion, please do so. But the link is in the live chat. We're about to hit this presentation that the good brother Daniel Huda has put together. And we're going to break this thing down once it's through.
As we celebrate Pride and the progress we've made over these past years, there's still work to be done. So to those of you out there who are still working against equal rights, we have a message for you. You think we're sinful? You fight against our rights. You say we all lead lives you can't respect. But you're just frightened. You think that we'll corrupt your kids if our agenda goes unchecked. Funny, just this once, you're correct. We'll convert your children. Happens bit by bit, quietly and subtly, and you will barely notice it.
Show me what America looks like! This is what America looks like! Show me what America looks like! This is what America.
You need to find your true identity as a gay black man. We're not extricating you because you're gay. You are minimizing it.
A question coming in from Black 185 in our digital community said, do you think, I'm assuming, LGBT community and the black church can coexist?
Absolutely. What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Let me push that question, because that's sort of an obvious yes. Church ain't turning nobody away. How should the black church and LGBT community exist?
I think it's going to be diverse from church to church. Every church has a different opinion on the issue, and every gay person is different. And I think that to speak the church, the black church or white church or any kind of church you want to call it, are all the same is totally not true.
How do we, first of all, has your thinking evolved on this?
Evolved and evolving. Evolved and evolving.
Where were you and where are you?
I think that where I am is to better understand, the church bought into the myth that this was a Christian nation. And once you get past that, which a lot of people are going to criticize me because they're still going to think it's a Christian nation, which is a whole different show.
Recently, at Hood by Air's FW 2015 runway show in New York, 2 male models walked down the runway with cashmere mini dresses and matching leg warmers. Within the last 10 to 15 years, 18 countries have approved the freedom to marry for same-sex couples nationwide, while 2 others have regional or court-directed provisions enabling same-sex couples to share in the freedom to marry, and other countries are currently taking steps to marriage. What's more, Telfar Clemens, the designer of the cashmere mini dress for men, is a known homosexual. In our day and age, homosexuals occupy positions of importance and influence, and they are using that advantage in order to try and desensitize us to the perversity of homosexuality. They don't want to reform their perverse nature, so instead they attempt to desensitize us to it. Clothing that is progressively blurring the lines between genders is one way of doing that. This all started with skinny jeans for men, which has gained popularity over the past 7 or so years. No doubt in part to people in the entertainment industry who often sport them. The entertainment industry often sets the fashion trends of the general population. But that continued progressing, with Lil Wayne pictured here in the middle wearing what appears to be women's leopard print pants. Here we have Kanye West wearing a skirt. And ultimately, Young Thug wearing a woman's dress. Make no mistake about it, the homosexual agenda is alive and well in Hollywood, and it's being pushed on our youth who watch these entertainers. And they're being conditioned to believe that there's nothing wrong with this.
Okay, so I'm not sure if that was real. However, I did go to that Instagram profile and look at this young man. And this is not to be offensive. This is simply to introduce a serious conversation. Because as a black woman who hopes to go off and be with a black man, procreate black men and black women, when I look at the state of black male masculinity and the agenda and the continuous push to put black men in dresses on the red carpet, here and there and everywhere I turn, or when you look at Disney, a lesbian or homosexual character, and we know that our children are watching this, and you see the push, it continuously makes you wonder, what exactly are we going to do? Because I feel like we're in this state of where we're accepting everything. Everything is changing. Unicorn children, rainbow children, everyone's a rainbow. Calling our children this and really being accepting of who people want to be and identify as. We're losing our family. We're losing what it takes to procreate self, the vision and the goal.
Public attitudes toward the lesbian, gay, and bisexual community have shifted dramatically in a relatively short amount of time. Just last year, the number of married same-sex couples in the U.S. has tripled. To see how this shift has changed LGBT demographics, we asked Dr. Gary Gates of the Williams Institute to tell us more. What percentage of the U.S. population today would identify as LGBT based on your data?
The best estimates that we have for the percentage of the population in the U.S. that identify as LGBT are around 4%. Various surveys range from roughly 3 to 5% in most surveys. You do get occasionally some surveys that are higher than that. One interesting thing about those surveys is among younger people, it's always substantially higher. So for instance, in the Gallup survey, if you're under age 30, it's well over 6% identifying as LGBT, but if you're over 30, it's under 4%. So I suspect that in the fairly near future, those numbers are going to continue to go up. But if you use these other measures like sexual behavior or sexual or your attractions to either people of a similar gender to you or different gender to you, you get much higher numbers. If you ask people if they've ever had a same-sex sexual encounter, you usually get numbers in the 8 to 9% range. And if you ask if they have any kind of attractions that are beyond different sex attractions, so any sort of same-sex attractions, you often get numbers well over 10%. If we look at some surveys from the early 90s, sexual orientation identity, so identifying at that point, it was usually just lesbian, gay, or bisexual. It was only in about the 2% range. So it's more than doubled in the last 10 years.
Man.
Wow.
Man, good presentation you put together. Fire Talk Radio,
Fire,
man.
brother. Fire. Very informative.
You know what I'm saying? Good presentation, man, you put together just then, man. Let's talk about it, man. You know, man, let's dissect it. But man, let me hit a scripture before we get right into it. The book of Deuteronomy, the 23rd chapter, verse 17. Remember that Zondervan Bible dictionary you see in the definition of sodomite, sodomy is going to bring this scripture up. There's going to be one of the scriptures going to bring up. The book of Deuteronomy, 23rd chapter, verse 17. There should be no whore of the daughters of Israel. Let me kind of repeat that part. I kind of like it. There should be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel. Okay, I think y'all got it. I think y'all got it now. You know, it's an abomination. The Most High hates that damn thing. He gonna tell you throughout the Bible he hate it. I be seeing all these gay girls or bisexuals, or I call them, man, they just whoever just want their ass. I be seeing them all online. Well, my God don't hate gay people. My God is this right here. Cause your God is make believe. Christianity got y'all just making up a damn God. Your God just makes up whatever the fuck he just goddamn. I mean, your God is whoever you make believe in your damn head. But the one in that Bible, he tell you, he hates that thing with a passion. He want man and woman together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of your entertainers that y'all look up to, the ones that's not out the closet, a lot of your favorite rappers and gangsters, they're giving up that booty hole. I'm gonna say it again. They're giving up that booty hole to get these bitches and to discombobulate and indoctrinate you. I mean, we really, Lil Nas X, like right earlier, they never really showed him bring a boyfriend to a award show or to a talk show or anything. You just see him, do a show or do a video. He got gay people down. He do some gay stuff like that. You see him kiss a man. But do y'all see anything beforehand and say, hey, man, this guy was actually seen with men? Like, these guys and women will do anything, man, for some money, man, for fame. On that clout cocaine, man. They on clout cocaine like a mug, man. This is the generation of clout cocaine.
Right.
Everywhere you go, man, you see all this filth, man. It's just like spiritually smelling doo-doo everywhere, man. Spiritually. It's just spiritually doo-doo everywhere. Episode 35. Episode 35, baby. Why America chooses gay black men over straight black men. Something's fishy and stinky too. Brother K. Judah, man, your response to the good brother Fire Talk Radio Daniel Huda video, man. I mean, damn, something's fishy. K. Judah, and it's stinky too, man. It's stinky. What did you get out of that 7-minute video that brother Daniel Huda put together?
Well, the first thing I realized is that how Satan can disguise himself in many forms. That's the first thing. Whether it's a Israelite man or a Gentile man, Satan disguises himself, and then you see the little Gentile man look like a little innocent little Gentile, and he's smiling and he's singing a little song, and he's trying to get you to understand. The other thing that I realized that I appreciate my brother Fire Talk putting into the film is that we also have to be careful with the falsified masculinity, like the Lil Waynes in the world, who pretend to be masculine, but the picture that they paint is an effeminate picture also. Look at the clothes they wear. You got men wearing dresses, men wearing women's shoes. You got men wearing men purses. You see what I'm saying? You got men putting on eyeliner. You got men painting their nails. Now, these are so-called gangsters, so-called street cats. So we also have to be careful with that falsified masculinity that they also pushing up on the young boys who are being raised right, but can also be influenced and fall to the deep end. So yeah, I appreciate what he put together, but that's what I saw though.
Yeah, the brother Daniel Huda, he put together some some good titles, man. I mean, good clips in that video, man.
Yeah, he did. Absolutely.
What I noticed out of it, what I like out of it that you put in there, you put how this is plotted and perpetrated to make this LGBT thing. Like, I mean, basically, hell, you put it there. What I always say, it's pushed. You have to accept that America's pushing this on every country, just not us. They push it on every country that they want to be in bed with. because the country have a resource or something, or they just want to indoctrinate the country, man. But how this is, this is plotted and planned is put through, and let's talk about some of the foods that we eat, because some of the foods that we're eating have ingredients that are making us feminine, making the males feminine, and making the females masculine.
Right.
We are targeted. So this is brought out with on a lot of platforms, a lot of documentaries, a lot of scientists, a lot of doctors are bringing this out. It's also being, of course, we're being indoctrinated through social media, reality shows, all the TVs, everything. But when we send our sons off to, these coaches and these camps, you think, oh, I'm sending them off to the Lily White man, but you sending them off to a Sandusky, a Penn State Sandusky. And he's going to, do profane things to your sons. And you think, oh, no, my sons is teenagers. They go off to college. Hey, that mind can be controllable, especially like Kajula say, you're under a spell. It's a spell. And so when these people put these spells on your son can end up with a thumb in his ass. Not to be graphic, but hey, I could be more, even worse or graphic than that. That's just, that could be the nicest thing he could do. Trust me, the white man is he's a perverted devil, a profane person. Hebrews 12:16. Oh man. He is a sexual immortal. Sexual immortal, that's what the Bible calls him. And so we know who runs America. All Caucasians, I don't give a damn if it's a ish pertaining to people. They're Caucasians too. This is why the regular Caucasians, American Caucasians, hate them. They're like, hell, y'all think y'all superior to us. The white man don't want nobody to be superior to him. I mean, the regular Caucasian, American Caucasian, don't want to be superior to them. And he'll call another Caucasian coming in this house and say, hey man, we're superior to y'all, man. We the ish people. Man, the American white man, and the white woman, man, they can't stand them people, man. But they all in agreements with this homosexuality. Brother Dunya Huda, man, what I know when you put together this, this wonderful video, man, what all did you get out of, what are you seeing out of this masterpiece video that you put together?
Yeah, if time was permitting, I wanted to put a few more things in there because, just this subject alone, there's so many angles and paths that they're attacking our people, not just our people, I mean, the world as a whole with this Sodom agenda. I mean, they're hitting everything full cylinder, foot to the floor, gas to the metal, man, that they're making sure that they're getting this message across. And like you said earlier, they're even putting embargoes and restricting resources and aid to countries if they do not accept the homosexual agenda within their country. This is why we see a lot of the so-called African presidents that's been, opposing the homosexuality, because these are in response to westernized or diplomatic sessions for them to accept homosexuality. You know what I'm saying? They go in with this democracy, trying to change and topple governments and change their culture with democracy. But yeah, man, one of the things outside of everything that stood out is when they asked TD Jakes, could the LGBT community in the Black church kind of like coexist or, interact? And he was like, yes, and the reason that stood out the most out of everything else, because the church, our people are a people that's very, very spiritual. We're very religious in our understanding and spiritual in our actions or the lack thereof. And, for him to say that shows that, there's a deep-seated, misconception within the church is that according to what you believe, like he said, if you find a church that fits your beliefs, your aspirations, then go there. But that's not according to scripture. That's far away from what the scriptures say, because like you just read, there would be no sodomite in the nation of Israel. I mean, we can go to many scriptures that show that the scriptures, the prophets, the Most High Yah was in disagreement because it's not natural. You cannot procreate. The first commandment given to man was be fruitful and multiply. How can you be fruitful and multiply if you're in a same-sex relationship? Is you can't. You know what I'm saying? And so the reason why America's accepting of these things in 1 Timothy 4:1 it say, now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times, and we're in those latter times, some shall depart from the faith. We see people like T.D. Jakes departing from the faith when you can say that the Black church and the LGBT community can coexist. Giving heed to seducing spirits, people like him and many others are seducing spirits because they speak so eloquently. You know, they speak to what your natural fleshly lust is, and they make it seem fair seeming and acceptable, but yet they're not going into the scripture to show you that it is an abomination to the Most High Yah. And doctrines of devils. So these are doctrines of devils, not only within the church, but through the politics and the laws that have been implemented. You know, they call Obama the gay president. Barack Hussein Obama is known as the gay president. And it's funny that they put a black face with the Sodom agenda that we see that Harry Kissinger back in 74 said we should advocate for homosexuality within the Black community. So everything comes full circle. They're not hiding their hand. They're throwing the rock and they're showing you the hand they threw the rock. And they're saying, we threw the damn rock. What you going to do about it?
Man, facts. Big facts, man. You said something earlier just then, and I forgot what the hell you said. I was like, man, I got to jump on that. You said it when you first started talking. But
the church and homosexuality?
Yeah, you said something, but it'll pop back up to me. But let me get this scripture real quick. On the book of Romans, the first chapter, verse 27, because we had to keep beating this into y'all, let y'all know. This is, you know, the trick bag is in, man. You know, they don't want us to multiply. You know, they're afraid of our powers. They want us to be feminine because, you know, once we wait, the masculine Black man, he's just too much. You can't compete with him. You just can't compete with him at all. The book of Romans, the first chapter, verse 27, and likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman. Remember that hot pocket I told you about? Remember that hot quiver, that hot pocket? Well, don't leave it. And likewise, also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burn in their lust one towards another. Now you won't do. Men with men, working that which is unseemly, boo-boo and spit. That's unseemly. Your wife has a hot pocket that runs a river naturally. If that river is dried up like the Euphrates, you might have to get a little something, a little spit or something in there, but we'll talk about that another day. Now, men with men working that which is unseemly and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was met. This is why the AIDS and the HIVs and all the other diseases that come along with homosexuality, men working with men, you know, and things that are unseemly and unnatural. You know, it's something, I forgot what it's called, but it's when these gay men, the shaft of where their pee hole, the tube that's in the penis that the pee comes out of is stopped up with shit. I forgot what it's called. One of y'all out there in the chat, Google that. You know what I'm saying? One of y'all brothers was that, but it's called, it's a scientific word for it. But, you know, they had the homosexual men have so much sex that doo-doo has clogged up their urinary tube. It's like taking a Wendy's French fry and biting it at the end and putting it in a straw and putting the straw all the way down, and all the potato goes inside the straw. That's doo-doo inside your urinary what's name. Isn't that nasty and filthy? You shouldn't want that at all. And this is crazy, but this is what I'm going to bring up though too. That what you were saying earlier, They don't want these type of messages to come out because this is show. I'm watching the views. The views, they start off high, but they just low. They're like the live views right now is just at a low because shows like this, it exposes it exposes the whole conspiracy to effeminize the black males, and they don't want the black man or the black woman to watch this. If you look at these entertainers, remember the woman on Hancock? Hancock with Will Smith that played his wife or whatever, the white girl, the white woman. She has nothing but black little boys adopted kids. She adopted all of them as toddlers and babies, and she has dressed all of them as little girls. She had never dressed these boys as boys. She always dressed them as girls, gave them girl names and everything. Now, shouldn't that be against the law? What if a black couple, black people, period, adopted white boys, baby boys, and dressed them up as girls and called them girl names? They would arrest us. They were found in law. Why is that against the law? Because you adopted the kid. The kid never had a choice. It's a baby. The baby never known how to dress like a boy. He was always dressed like a girl. And she has like 4 or 5 of these damn adopted black, Shemitic, probably some probably Hamitic, but I think they all Shemitic. Because this is a ritual that's taught, and we must address this. You know, YouTube, you can do whatever to try to suppress the views. It don't matter. It's going to get out eventually.
You know, also to that, we can't let a lot of the viewers off the hook too, because the one analyzer that was giving the statistics near the end of the video, he said for those that identify as far as curious, he didn't say those words, but people who don't identify as actual part of the LGBT community, but may have had thoughts or did things, some of those viewers are those viewers. So when this type of topic come out, it convicts their spirit. It convicts them. So when they hear it, you know what I'm saying? They're looking at that mirror and they're looking at the reflection. So now they're going to either do one or two things. They're going to listen to the message. They're going to seek out the Most High, repent, and, you know, try to change that lifestyle, or they're going to tune off. And a lot of times they're going to tune off because it's not in accordance to how they may feel or what they're battling with or what they are participating in. So you got to take that into consideration also.
Yeah, they might want to tune in for checking in to check out black on black extortion, but they don't want to they've been conditioned to accept homosexuality through their mothers and their weak ass fathers and their grandmothers and so forth and so forth. There, you know what I'm saying? So when it comes down to this is a sticky situation. This is a controversial topic that they don't want to talk about. Mama right there, oh man, mama might be bisexual now, because now she laying with women. Well, let me give you and mama a damn verse that the Most High tell you in this Bible. The book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 2. And be not conformed to this world. See, you in the world full of sodomy and Gomorrah and the other 3 cities. It was 5 cities that the Most High destroyed. All of them was full of boo-boo and spit. All of them. You know what I'm saying? Now you're in spiritual Sodom and Gomorrah. Spiritually Egypt. Because they was homosexual like a motherfucker over there. Whores catching set nut. Where you caught it at? In a jar? They say they don't know he caught it in a jar or on his face or in his ass. They don't damn know. But he caught whores. Oh man, I said, what the hell? Y'all got dicks and penises around in your statues, paganism, idolatry, worshiping around your house. Y'all better get out of that damn eschatologist mess. Let me get back to the scripture. And be not conformed to this world. Get out of the homosexuality of America. It's not all right to be a homosexual. It's an abomination. We have brought it out. Scripture after scripture after scripture today. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye conformed by the renewing of your mind. You got to take what America, this is a westernized modern way of thinking. I keep trying to tell y'all week after week after week. Y'all get mad at me telling you, but I have to tell you on every topic, get out of this American modernized way of thinking. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is good what is that good? You know, putting your rod in another man's damn mouth or boo-boo hole isn't good. You don't let another man grab your rod and jack you off ain't good. That ye may prove what is that is good and acceptable. You know that is acceptable. Back in the days, they would have stoned your ass to death. You know you laying with a man and touching on him and grinding and making all kind of women noises, moaning and groaning with a damn another man, or letting a woman put on a strap on and rod you in your damn ass and telling you a real man. See, you ain't gay because I'm a woman, but she putting on a damn synthetic dick and running in your ass. And perfect. You know that's not perfect. Will of God. You know that ain't the will of God. You laying with a damn man. Playing sword fight. Sticky doodle everywhere. And stanky spit. Boy, they don't like this show today, boy. They don't like it, boy. They don't like this show today. They don't like this show today, boy. YouTube want to stop it. Y'all want to stop it. Y'all don't want to hear it. Y'all don't want to hear it, man. But we're going to give it to you anyway. GMS, this title is a question. Why is that? Episode 35, GMS, Maccabee in the Spirit. Episode 35, why America chooses gay black men over straight black men. Something's fishy. Hit the link, GMS, and come tell us why. We want to know why. Why do America why they choose gay black men over straight black men? Something's fishy and something sticky and something stanky, GMS. Come talk to me.
Hey, while he's doing that, let me pull out the script. I got a precept also for that, why they accept it, because, you know, we've seen that the doctrines of devils and seducing spirits is here, but also in Revelation 18:2, it said, and he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils and the hold of every foul spirit. So this is why it's accepted, because this is a habitation of devils and every foul spirit is over here. They done made it acceptable for everybody and their mama that practice anything under the sun to be over here, no matter what your ideology is, no matter what your religion is, no matter what your practice is, in a so-called God-fearing nation. That was another thing that T.D. Jakes mentioned, that a lot of people are deceived thinking this is still a nation under the Most High Yah. We already know it's not. But for him to say it is paramount. And I hope that the viewers that heard him say that, I hope it stick in their damn brain and make them wake up and realize or ask a question. Why did he say that? This not a nation under the Most High anymore? No, it's not. It's never been. It's never been. Because if you are a nation under the Most High Yah, there's a thing called theocracy where the government reflects those things of the divine writings of that land. So much like the Sharia law over in the Islamic countries. You know what I'm saying? They practice, their government is set up very similar one-in-one with how they believe in the Quran in many cases. That's how it would be within the nation of Israel. Our writings, our commandments, our laws and statutes, those are actually the laws of the land, which is in reference to not a religious belief, but how we conduct ourselves morally, civilly, and everything in between, dietary, ceremonial, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, it would be a theocracy over here, and we would actually, if it was a God-fearing or the Most High-fearing nation, all this stuff will be wiped out. This wouldn't even be a question.
Wouldn't be a question. Wouldn't even be a question. Man, brother K. Judah, man, what's up, man? Talk to me, man. You know what I'm saying? GMS, hit that damn stream, y'all, man, and come in and talk. I know y'all got some stuff to talk about. Brother K. Judah, what's going on, man? You still there with us, brother?
Yeah, he might have stepped away for a minute.
Wait, but let me get this scripture. First Maccabees, the 2nd chapter, verse 64. Wherefore, ye my sons, be vigilant and show yourselves men in the behalf of the law. For by it shall ye attain glory. You can't attain glory with your rod in another man's asshole. That's not glory. You're gonna attain AIDS, HIV, and all kind of damn diseases. You're gonna attain death, being ridiculed, like you should. You know what I'm saying? The Most High said He has made all of us perfect, but ye have sought out many inventions. Man, we should have read for them the story of Sodom and Gomorrah, man. How them Sodomites were banging that door, man, trying to get that aid.
Listen, I got those scriptures right here, bro. I got them because in order for I don't even need to read the whole chapter. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, probably about 6, 7 scriptures out of that whole chapter that's going to culminate into the whole origin, because they do need to understand, for those layman's men and women out there who are not biblically knowledgeable, who have not probably heard the story or heard a rendition of the story but not accurate to the scriptures, they kind of need to know how the whole sodomy thing came into play historically and biblically, and they need to know where it came from. So if you don't mind, real quick, I'll run through those real quick, bro. Okay, the book of Genesis chapter 19, and it states, and there came 2 angels to Sodom at even, and Lot sat in the gate of Sodom, and Lot, seeing them, rose up to meet them, and he bowed himself with his face toward the ground. Verse 4, but before they lay down, the men of the city, them was the angels. Before the angels lay down, the men of the city, even the men of Sodom, compassed the house round, both old and young, all the people from every quarter. Verse 5, and they called unto Lot and said unto him, where are the men which came in to thee this night? Bring them out unto us, that we may know them. So if you know anything about scriptures, know them means to have sex. Verse 6, and Lot went out at the door unto them, and shut the door after him, and said, I pray ye, brethren, do not so wickedly. Verse 8, behold, now I have 2 daughters which have not known men. So this is how we know in the previous verse that this was knowing them was the sexual thing, because he said, I have 2 daughters which have not known men. Let me, I pray you, bring them out unto you, and do ye to them as is good in your eyes. Only unto these men do nothing, for therefore came they under the shadow of my roof. Then the Most High Yah rained upon Sodom and upon Gomorrah brimstone and fire from Yah out of the heaven. And that was verse 24. So that was a quick rundown on what happened, that the Most High knew that Sodom and Gomorrah and the other cities surrounding about were engulfed in sexual and social immorality. So he sent the angels there to pretty much assess the situation. They came into the righteous man of the city, whose name is Lot, who had a family within the midst of the city. And while they were there visiting Lot, the men, young and old, came out to Lot's house wanting to know the angels, meaning they wanted to get to sexually and immorally know those angels. And so when he offered his daughters to these men, they didn't want no women. They wanted man butt. You understand what I'm saying? And so when that came to that point, the Most High Yah knew, all right, it's a wrap. It's time to wrap this up now. So he gave the order to his angels, listen, tell Lot and them, get the hell out of Dodge, run for the hills, because I'm about to burn this thing down. And like verse 24 said, he burnt down the city of Sodom and Gomorrah, and I want to say about 2 other cities within the region. So that is what happened. This is where we get the whole Sodom agenda with same sex and everything. Nothing new under the sun.
It was 3 other cities. You know, so it was 5 cities total, along with three other cities along with Sodom and Gomorrah. You know what I'm saying? And they all was into that nasty, filthy LGBTQ homosexuality alphabet community that was in that thing deep.
And you got and you got people always be talking about man, why would the Most High kill babies? Man, look, man, if you have a city full of men and women engaging in perverseness, what do you think the children are gonna raise up and do? So you got to cleanse the whole land.
Right.
That just common sense to me. So I understand why he do what he do. Gotta cleanse the land. Because if you don't cleanse the land, if you lead the children, they're gonna engage in the same behavior their mothers and their fathers just got through engaging in. Then they're gonna have to kill them anyway. So you might well just go and cleanse them while they babies.
Right. Clean it up right then. The book of 1 Corinthians, 6th chapter, 9th and 10th verse. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall inherit the kingdom of the Most High God? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind, nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revelers, nor extortioners. We talked about that a couple weeks ago. Shall inherit the kingdom of the Most High God. So you hear right there, there'll be no effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind. All that's homosexuality. You can't be sweet. Oh, he's just he ain't gay. He's just effeminate. That nigga gay. That nigga gay. That nigga gay, man.
That nigga gay.
That nigga gay, man. You know what I'm saying? Talking about he what's that, man? But let me go back to and get 1 Kings, and I just want to read the 1 Kings, the 2nd chapter, and I want to do verses. I'm gonna do verses 1 through 3. 1 Kings 2nd chapter, verse 1 through 3. Now the days of David drew nigh that he shall die. King David's finna die right here. And he charged Solomon his son, saying, he sent for Solomon. Solomon, come here, boy. I got something to tell you. I'm on my deathbed. I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong, therefore, and show thyself a man. Can't show yourself a man when you're playing with doo-doo. And keep the charge of the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, to keep his statutes, and his commandments, and his judgments, and his testimonies, as it is written in the law of Moses, that thou may prosper in all that thou doest, and whithersoever thou turnest thyself. So he's telling, this is King David telling King Solomon, soon to be King Solomon's son. He's on his deathbed. He want to give him the last words of advice that any man will want to give his son on his deathbed. Go the way of all the earth and be strong and show thyself a man.
Calm.
Right.
Walk in the ways of the Most High. Keep his statutes, keep his laws and commandments, and his judgments. And that judgment is putting them up. Boy, some of us had to go to death. Some of us had to get put to death, man. Y'all better be glad we're under grace. This is that grace that we're under. A period of time to get these laws and commandments right. You're not going to be put to death right now. It's not lawful to put your sweet ass to death. And, you know, that goes for you too, black women. But today we're on the black man. And we're not on the black man. We're on America. So we're on everybody in America. White America.
Yep.
Hispanic America.
Yep.
Goddamn Asian America.
Right.
Jewish America. You know about some Caucasian white Americans too.
Right.
You know, the Middle Eastern Americans, the East Indian Americans, and you African Americans too. We on all of y'all. Why do y'all accept straight black? Because this is a problem. Black women, I tell, they love a gay black man. Like I say, a straight man could be walking into Walmart. We could be in Walmart right now. I'm coming from one end, a straight black man, and a black woman coming from the other end of the damn aisle. We walk into where we walking towards each other. She's going to be looking up and down. Her face is going to be in the phone. Her face is going to be in the ceiling. Her face is going to be on the floor to see what kind of wax they're using. Anything to keep her looking at you in the face and making eye contact just to say hello. But because she already spotted you a straight, strong black man once she see you all the way to the end of the damn aisle. But when she see that gay, flamboyant black man over the end of the aisle, she can't wait to get near him. Before she can even come across of it, before she can even get near him, she's like, oh, I like your hair. I like your nails. Oh, that outfit is nice. Oh, blah, 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 blah. She's trying to make conversation with him. She wants to be his friend. She wants to invite him around her kids, but she's telling a straight black man, oh, I don't invite, men around my kids, but you do. You invite gay black men around your kids. You do. You do. Yep. This is a problem. America, episode 35, America. Why do you choose gay black men over straight black men? Something's fishy. And I'm going to let my brother Don Yehuda, man, set off the fireworks, man, and go ahead and give him all you got to give him, man, because we're going to bring this thing to an end pretty soon.
All praise the Most High. Hey, listen. The reason why he said that it ain't just for Israel, but it's for all the nations here, because there's a judgment that's coming for nations that participate in this lifestyle. There's a judgment for the acts of Sodom. When you read in Matthew 24:37, it said, but as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. So how were they in the days of Noah? Genesis 6:5. And y'all saw the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. So we see that these evil thoughts, homosexuality, and many others, is just a continuous evil thought that we have because we create these things. We lean to our own imagination. This is not what's given from the Most High. This is something that man has created and found to be favorable in his own flesh. And 39 says, 38, for as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. So that's really, really instrumental and important, because if y'all don't think nothing is going to happen because of these lifestyle choices, he told you, y'all going to be given in marriage. Y'all going to be eating and drinking. Y'all going to be partying. Y'all going to be living life as usual. But the day of the Son of Man, when he come, is going to be like a thief in the night. So what's going to happen when he come? Let's go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 13 and 19. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. So how did he overthrow it? Jude 1 and 6. Even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh, are set forth for an example. So he's about to make an example. What's this example? Suffering the vengeance of eternal fire. Let's get it some more. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 9. And y'all is not slack in concerning his promise. He promised you. He just said it in Jude that the example made for people that do deal in strange flesh and sodomistic things, that his promise is going to come to pass. He's not going to forget his promise. And it says, and some men count slackness, but is long suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. So he's holding off his wrath for a small time, that y'all will hear the voice of his prophets, his leaders, his teachers, his priests, just your regular average brother and sister that came into this knowledge, giving you the call to turn away from your wicked ways. He's trying to get everybody collected together to hear this information, so that way you don't have an excuse. You can make a sound decision on which way you're going to go. Verse 10, but the day of Yah will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. We already know if you get hit with a piece of hot water drop from a boiling pot, you screaming and hollering. So you're getting hit with fervent heat. It's something totally different. Something totally different. True. And it says the earth also and the works therein shall be burned up. So we seeing this is the judgment. And I just want to pull one more judgment, because we do have people who don't subscribe to the non-canonical books like Jubilees and Jash and all that. But in the book of Jubilees, chapter 16 and 5, just to bring it on home, and I'm going to land my plane after this, it said, and in this month Yah executed his judgment on Sodom and Gomorrah and Zebulun and all the region of Jordan, and he burnt them with fire and brimstone and destroyed them until this day, even as, lo, I have declared unto thee all their works, that they are wicked and sinners exceedingly, and that they defile themselves and commit fornication in their flesh and work uncleanness on the earth. And in like manner, Yah will execute judgment on all the places where they have done according to the uncleanness of the Sodomites, like unto the judgment of Sodom. So any place that's spreading the democracy standard of the Sodom agenda has a judgment that's coming down the pipeline. And that pipeline is eternal fervent heat.
Yes.
That's what that, hey, that was excellent, brother. That was excellent.
Brother K. Judah, final thoughts, man. You know what I'm saying? Going all in, man. Unload the clip. What you got?
Oh, no, hey, I'm gonna keep mine short and sweet, because what my brother just displayed was sword swinging just now. Sword swinging. I just want to say this: black man and black woman, in order for you to truly live out your full potential in Yah, if you live in this type of lifestyle, I'm telling you, you're gonna die. Whether that's by disease or whether that's just by the Lord just putting you to death. You can't make excuses for wrongdoing. And you know what? I'm gonna just say this: this is just not about homosexuality, because no sin is greater than the next sin. But my brother was doing this title today. So for anybody who try to come and say, well, why y'all just touching on homosexuality? Because that's what we talk about today. And next week it might be something else, like he did the one about black men killing black men last week, the rappers checking in. This week is something else. So all I'm saying is this: if you're living this type of lifestyle, you're making excuses for it, you don't want to change, guess what? You're gonna die. It's just point blank period. We're not gonna sugarcoat the truth to appease you and make you feel good. Homosexuality is wrong. Being with another man is wrong. Women being with women is wrong. You can't get nothing from it. And another negative: no fruit can be bared, men with men and women with women. If he said multiply, that's what we're supposed to be doing, but we can't multiply with two men. That's a negative. And we can't multiply with two women. That's a negative. So change your lifestyle today, because you might not have tomorrow. And that's all I got to say.
Oh, praises.
Well said, man. Let me get this scripture right here. And this will come from the book of Isaiah, the 3rd chapter, verses 8 and 9. For Jerusalem is ruined, and Judah is fallen. We are a fallen race, man. We went from sugar to shit, because their tongue and their doings are against the Lord. We're doing the total opposite of what the Most High says. All we're doing is just doing what the white man tells us. Hey, you could be a blazing homosexual. Maybe I'll accept you, Negro. But just do it, man, because we don't want you to multiply. We want you to be a blazing homosexual. For Jerusalem is ruined and Judah is fallen, because their tongue and their doings are against the Lord, to provoke the eyes of his glory. Verse 9. The show of their countenance do witness against them, and they declare their sin as Sodom. You're a bunch of homos now. I can't say all the words I want to, because YouTube might flag the hell out of me. But what I want to call you all a bunch of whatever. You're a bunch of LGBTQs. They have declared their sin as Sodom. You say, this is what we want. Then what you want, Most High, we want to be Sodom and Gomorrah. We want to be a bunch of LGBT blaming flamboyant homos. They hide it not. Y'all don't hide it because y'all flamboyant with it. You got to let everybody know you're a homo. You force it upon us. You push it to our damn kids in school. You want to bring transsexuals to teach our kids. A straight man can't even say nothing. We we get ridiculed. We can't say we're the Israelites. We can't say, hey, man, we don't like homosexuality. We get ridiculed. We say either one of those two damn things. Woe unto their souls. That means destruction. When you see war in the Bible, when you see W-O-E, that means destruction. When you see that in the Bible, woe to their souls, destruction to their soul. For if they have rewarded evil unto themselves, you have brought evil to your damn self, man. You knew that was wrong. But America and the white man and your mama and your daddy told you it was all right. You know, God gonna forgive you. White Jesus, babe. But the one of that Bible, black one, that black one in the Bible, and the Most High, that black God, they're not gonna do it. It's just not gonna happen. And I'm gonna get, like I always like to end off with, the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 13 and 14. Let us hear the conclusion of the matter. How can we fix this problem within our community? And how can we get America to stop choosing gay black men over straight black men? It's simple. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High God and keep his commandments. If you keep his commandments, you won't accept it. They can't push it to us if we don't accept it.
Right.
For this is the whole duty of man. It's the whole duty that you keep the Most High God laws and commandments. For the Most High God shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing. You can't hide that shit on your dick. You can't hide the smell of it. With every good thing. Whether it be good or whether it be evil. Hey, though I may be rude in speech, but yet not in knowledge. Like I said, this series is for, we bring it out to you in the street and biblical perspective. And my conclusion of it is that we do exactly that. We stop accepting it. Stop letting your mamas and your daddies and them tell you, whoever else tell you, your grandma and them tell you, oh, it's all right. No, it ain't all right. It goes against the Bible. And I ride with the Most High mama. I ride with the Most High grandma. I ride with the Most High auntie. I ride with the Most High cousin, uncle, brother, or whoever. Sister. I ride with them. I'm not accepting it.
God.
I'm not accepting it. So it can't go our way. Brother Dunny, who do you got anything else to say before I hit the exit button on this thing, man?
No, only thing I want to say is thanks to K Judah for coming on, dropping them gems today as usual, always coming with that knowledge and that fire. You know, always over here at the Scoring Black Man podcast, man, we be racking our brains, man, trying to figure out, you know, what would be a good topic to bring to the people through the power of the Most High Yah, so that way we can edify the masses. And we appreciate each and every one of you brothers and sisters that tune in week and week out to support the platform. We say go over to K Judah's platform, support him. I believe he's on usually every Sabbath around 3 p.m. So definitely go in and support that brother's platform. And also, we don't hate you brothers and sisters that's in these lifestyles. Let's make that clear.
Right.
This isn't a hate campaign. Right. This is in order that we hope that you would get the understanding and the knowledge of the Most High, that you would seek out the Most High, and that you would make repentance. Because in Psalms 19:7, it tells you that the word of the Most High Yah converts souls. You can be converted. You can change your lifestyle, but you have to want to. Nobody's going to magically make it happen for you. You have to want to. You have to realize that the lifestyle you're in, your lifestyle choices, whether it's homosexuality, whether it's drug dealing, whether it's, you know, a deadbeat father or a woman that's, you know, out here being very promiscuous and so forth and so on, all of these things and more can be changed, but you have to seek out the Most High. You have to want to change. So we love you, brothers and sisters, but we hope you change before the end of the day comes, when the Most High casts judgment on this planet, or if he casts judgment on you individually, like he said earlier, through STDs and through other means, whether it's health or whatever. So definitely, you know, that's the message I want to leave. And once again, thank everybody that tuned in today. May the Most High bless you with more edification on this holy Sabbath day. Shalom.
Man, once again, man, we'd like to thank Brother K Judah, man. Y'all go subscribe to the K Judah Show. Y'all also go subscribe to Fire Talk Radio Podcast. Y'all also subscribe to, of course, the Scoring Black Man podcast show. And if you like traveling and some nice comedy, go over to Hilltop Traveling Everywhere series, Hilltop Traveling Everywhere, and hit the subscribe button over there as well. I'd like to thank Sister Mika, Sister Professor Lovely Laley. I'd like to thank the GMS dude that came in. Everybody that's watching, everybody participating in the chat, everybody that's watching live, everybody that's watching not live. Remember to hit that subscribe button. Make sure you support. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I have a Cash App on there. I don't ask for money, but hey, let's keep this StreamYard kind of pumping here. Sister Professor Lovely Laley. Hey, let's keep the StreamYard pumping. And shouts out, double honors to Sister Professor Lovely Lady, man. She's a generous sister. You know what I'm saying? I have brothers that's locked up in the penitentiary that send money. Hey, they can do it. I know y'all niggas out here can damn do it. We want to ask you to send enough to cover this damn StreamYard. We're going to keep pumping y'all full of knowledge. We're not charging for no knowledge at all. You won't hear me bring this up again.
I can say one more thing.
Go ahead,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I just want to say this. For anybody who say, because you know our people do this a lot. Oh man, y'all just on the panel talking, man. You ain't got no action. Let me tell you this: for everybody who think like that, no city or people are built by wickedness. Only a people can be built by righteousness, and that righteousness come by way of the Most High. So I say this to say this: until we get our mind right, you don't put no people in no brand new city, in no community when they still wallowing in their vomit. You got to clean the mind up first, then you can put them into the community because they'll know how to behave. So
you went out, K. Judah. You just went out just then. But that message should be strictly for you Negroes, especially you Charleston White. You talk with a double tongue. We give you your honors and flowers when you talk righteousness. So we got to give you the middle finger when you talk unrighteousness. So
Hey, that might have to be a upcoming show, like sooner than later, man, about the double forked tongue brothers out here. You know what I'm saying? Because that thing is huge.
Yeah, we're definitely going to add that to one of our shows. It'll be a second part of one of our shows. But that what K. Judah just said at the end, that should go strict. Charleston White. I hope you see this. Hope somebody get this to you. Because you definitely needs to hear that. You talk with a double tongue, brother. Sometimes you talk about that we the people of the Bible, then we don't. Then we ain't the people of the Bible. You believe in God, you ain't the people of God. Only person teach you the Bible is your mama. Blah 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 blah. Nigga, pick a side. I hate a double tongue ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? We give you your flowers when you talk righteousness and good, but we're gonna give you the middle finger up and fuck you when you talk some stupid ass shit. You too, Bootsy. You know what I'm saying? You want to shoot the Most High the bird? Tell me something, man, gonna tell me I can't eat poison. Shoot the Most High bird, and then tell me you believe in God. You niggas is sick as fuck. Dunya Huda, I want you to put together a great little video with, because them niggas on camera. You know what I'm saying? You could Digger Sakara guy, he put together something perfectly on Charleston White. Yes, we might have copyright your shit, Digger Sakari, on this Charleston White ass nigga. We gonna get you. Shooting a bird at the Most High, and then telling you believe in God. You niggas don't believe in nothing but your damn selves and paganism. You believe in that Jewish man money and his thumb up your asses. But hey, episode 35, why America chooses gay black men over straight black men, something fishy, it's stinky, and it's smelly. And hey, y'all take this video, y'all share it on your YouTube community, share it onto your YouTube, your Facebook, your Instagram posts. We need to get these videos out here. So once again, I ask that y'all share it to your community posters on YouTube. You share it to your Facebook groups and pages. You share it on Instagram and whatever platform that you have. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this out here. And hey, shalom, peace, love, and peace.
It's scoring real quick. Everybody out there, once again, keep the brother Sadat from Let's Talk Knowledge, Wisdom in your prayers. His son met a misfortune a few days ago, so definitely keep him in his prayers. Keep him in your prayers. You know what I'm saying? So that's it.
Come on. Keep the brother Let's Talk Knowledge and Wisdom Radio. Y'all go over there and hit the subscribe button over there as well. Until next week, next show, peace, love, and hair grease. You know what I'm saying? Shalom. We love you.